Hello, everyone. Picking up right where we left off, we're going to go over creating and adding assignments to your Google Classroom. So, uh, once you're in your classroom, right, this is what you're going to see. Up on the top right center, sorry, click on classwork. Top left button says create. This is where you're going to make your assignments from. So I'm going to click right on assignment and name it whatever you would be. I'm just going to name this a test assignment. Instructions, you can put in what you want everyone to do, if they have to watch the video and respond to it, or if it's you're posting a math assignment, or whatever you need it to be. That's where that goes. All right. So over here on the right, you see it's for your class, all students, points. This is for grading purposes. Feel free to change that. Due dates. Due dates are really important. You can set the time and the date that you want this done. So you can change that over here on the right. Underneath that topic, again, I recommend creating topics as you're going to help everything be organized at the end. Back over here on the left where it says add and create. So adding will allow you to add a file that's already been created. If you have a PDF in your Google Drive, you can find it through here. If you have a link to a website that you want the kids to go visit, if you have a file that's saved on your computer, or if you have a YouTube video that you want to link to, all can be done right through here. The create button here will allow you to create various Google documents. First one is Google Docs, so if you want them to type a response, create it through here. It makes it easier later on. If you want them to do a slide presentation, sheets, Google Drawings. If you've never looked at Google Drawings, I love it. I use it all the time. Definitely check it out. And Google Forms, is we went over on Friday as well. That's where you can create your quizzes and assessments through there. For right now, I'm going to just create a generic Google document. It's going to create here, and it's going to pop it up for me and allow me to create it. First thing, always title it. All right, so I'm going to come on. I can write, again, whatever I want. The only bad thing about doing an assignment through Google Docs is because you're giving a copy to each kid, they can accidentally delete the questions. Hopefully, they're familiar with the undo button by this point, and they can undo that. So at this point, I would make my questions or whatever I wanted them to answer. Once that's done, I can simply close that out, go back to my Google Classroom, and you can see that the doc is here. It will eventually change its name. And under here where it says students can view file, this is very important. You do not want it to be view file because then they can look at it, can't type on it. You don't want them to be able to edit the file because then the entire class is going to be trying to edit the same file. The next one is make a copy for each student, which is exactly what you want. It's going to put each student's name right in the title, give them a copy that is their own, and then when you go back to look at it later, to look at what work they've done on it, each student is going to have their own copy already created, which is fantastic. Why didn't this update the name? Well, the name is there, so it's just a little delayed getting here. I'm going to hit the assign button. You can also schedule. So if you want to do your work in advance for the next couple of days, you can schedule it and it will automatically post at whatever time you want it to do. You can also save a draft if you want to come back and work at something later. That way you don't have to start from scratch. So I'm going to hit the assign button. That way it's posted into my classroom. And then I'll show you quickly how to look at it to look at the gradings. So under stream, you're going to see that I've posted a new assignment. The kids see this too. And it also right over here on the left shows them a little calendar, right? Due Thursday at 8 a.m. is where I put this one. So you can see it pop up right there, which is really nice. It also populates automatically their Google Calendar, not that any of them check that. So under classwork I can go to, I'm going to open up that test assignment. And now I have 0 turned in and 1 assigned. So this is going to tell you right away how many kids completed their assignment or even looked at it. As long as they hit the assign button, they don't always, not the assign button, the turn in button. They don't always do that. So if I open this up, I'm going to click on this document. It brings me to the document. That's not what I want. So to check where the kids are, I click on View Assignment. And now it pops up and I can see right over here, every student, there'll be a list down here too, but every student has a little thumbnail. I can see nothing was done. But I can go in, I can open this up. Now I'm looking at the one that was assigned to Lindsay, right? Over here on the right-hand side, you can see her name right there. I can give her a grade. I can give her a comment, right? If someone hasn't started their work, hey, right? Everything okay? Notice you haven't started your work yet. All right, I can post that. Now, if there was work here, I can also come on and I can highlight if I want to comment on something being like, oh, that's a great answer, or no, that's not really right. I can highlight what I want over here on the comments. Add my comment, and it's as simple as that. When the students go back on to look at their work, they'll see that you've posted those comments. Once you have assigned them a grade, right, you can hit the return button, and that'll send it back to the students, and then they can see what you put on their work, which is really cool. It's going to notify them that a grade was left, so that's fine. If you wanted to go between multiple students, they would all appear down in this drop down, or if you're going through all of them, you can use these left and right buttons and just cycle through them. If you assigned multiple documents, you'll also see those multiple files here. So if you assign them a PDF to read and then a response, you might have to click over on the right-hand side on the Google Doc to see the one that you want to look at. I'm going to close that out now, go back to my Google Classroom. All right. Here are all of my classes. Let's go back into the e-learning one. I believe that covers the basics on how to post assignments. Again, it's under Create. Pick what you want. Right over here and over here. I hope that covered it. If you have questions, reach out. Thank you very much.